I feel like I'm going to become a news anchor or a news-only channel with that many updates that Amazon has given us. We have another update regarding the actual launch data and the launch names, so here we are diving into that. So we have some launch details. Now the intro post is actually fairly short, and I'm going to skim over it. As usual, the link is going to be in the description. Pre-download, February the 7th, 9 AM Pacific time or 5 PM UTC, so for European folks like myself, this is going to be in the afternoon or evening. We have 24 hours to pre-download the game before on the 8th of February the head start will actually begin. So better prepare your bandwidth, or make sure nobody is actually streaming, downloading anything else, or just blocking your bandwidth, because you only have 24 hours for the pre-download, which is a bit of a measly time considering that the beta client was 50 gigabytes big and not everybody has a good connection to boot. So there might be people that still don't even have enough time to pre-download it in 24 hours. Needless to say, it's still better than not being able to pre-download it at all. Launch is going to be 3 days afterwards, so 11th of February is when everybody is going to be playing on their servers. We have some extra information regarding the Founders Packs, and they mentioned something that I mentioned in the other video. The skins will only be available for the 15 classes that are going to be available at launch, so there's no point keeping these outfits for any future characters, as you will not be able to use them. We have some new images. In fact, we only have 3 new images. One, this is the warrior archetype in like a white-ish color, then this is the female one, this is for the gunslinger one. I mean, color schemes are hit or miss really, and this is kind of like a red kind of version here, but this is really all that we've got. It's at least a better idea, so you kind of know what you're getting into. I think the kicker here is really just that it's only going to be for the 15 starting classes. Server details. Now, this one's a bit bigger. As far as I personally understand this one here means that regardless of the region you're playing in, for the regional time the server is based on, the reset's going to be at 1 AM or 2 AM, which is going to be after midnight. So whether you're playing on the European servers, US East, US West, or South America, the reset should happen at 1 or 2, so that means during nighttime for each regional time zone. Hopefully, because otherwise resets would be at very wonky times. We have to wait and see, but this is at least as much as I understand this article personally here. So that means for me, if I'm in UTC +1, that would be that my reset time would be at 1 AM UTC +1. Server list. Now, probably the biggest elephant in the room here again. This one's crazy. People are up in arms. People are wild about this because we finally have a server list. We have in total 10 servers for Europe, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 servers for the Central European region. We have a couple of US East and US West servers and South American servers. Now, why did I say that this is actually a bit of a... how should I say this? This is where a lot of the hysteria comes from. First of all, there is this document here, which is from the Lost Ark Discord. I'm going to post a link to this document in the description below, where it's basically like, this is obviously the European one. First of all, there's 2 things, right? We have 56 guilds that are registered here, right? So this is about guilds that are going to be playing on specific servers. This is not the amount of players, and this is only a rough idea. This is also not a streamer list. A quick TLDR, almost everything in Lost Ark is actually cross-server. So regardless of any of the 10 European servers you're going to be playing on, you're still going to be able to match with other people in content. You're still going to be able to use the same auction house. There are a few exceptions to this rule. Rule number 1 is open world stuff. So, if I'm, for example, on Kadan, and you have a character on Neria, we're not going to be able to do marine events together, we're not going to be able to do field bosses together, we're not going to be able to join the same guild. As of such, there's also going to be stuff like guild versus guild or other events that we will not be able to participate together. Anything else that is using the PvP browser or the matchmaking is going to be cross-server. So even if you're on Neria and I'm Kadan, we can still do Legion raids together, we can still hunt Guardians together, we can technically do Guardian raids together, I just said that, but Chaos Dungeons together if we really wanted to, as long as we use the browser. So, there are a lot of things that are still cross-server, but there are a few things which are actually server-based. So, what does that mean for each personal selection? Pick the server that you and your friends, or your guilds, preferably all of them are in the same region anyway, want to go for. Because there's no point in playing on another server if your guild is on server Kadan, and you're on Cindervale or on Neria. Like, you're not going to be able to play together in terms of like the guild content or being in the same guild. Not that it's a huge deal, but for some people it might be a deal breaker. So pick the server where most of your people are going, as that'll make your life easier. Now, there's also 2 other things here. First of all, Kadan is the community picked PvP server. Why does this matter? Because if you want to party up with people in normal PvP, you can only do so if you're on the same server. You can still PvP cross-server and ranked. You can still also make custom games and stuff like that. But if you want to make a party with people in PvP, you have to be on the same server. So yet again, if you are more of the party PvP person, and mind you, party PvP is only available in normal PvP and not on ranked. So ranked is whatever really, it's just really about normal PvP, but then pick the same server. Likewise, I think people may be overreacting a little bit to this. What I mean by that is, since I'm typically also a PvPer, I actually said that I'm probably gonna be going to Kadan as well. But as of now, I have not made a decision myself yet for two simple reasons. First of all, I don't know where my guild is going, so if my guild decides to not be in Kadan, I'm not going to be in Kadan. And second of all, if I tend to see, or if I have the assumption that I will be facing queue times, I will not be on Kadan either. Because the only thing that I really don't want to have in Lost Ark are queue times. Because it's pointless to sit in queue times in Lost Ark. Because you can do everything just as much on any other server, but sitting in queue time in a game Lost Ark is absolutely stupid. So don't do this. Really don't do this. Make up your mind. And if your guild decides to go on server that's packed, well then you have to bite the bullet. But ideally, if you fear that there are queue times, I would definitely talk to your guild lead or to your friends and see if you can't decide for a different server. Anyways, with that out of the way, I rambled on for quite a bit. Like I said, personally, I wanted to join the Kadan server, but seeing as Kadan is currently one of the most populated servers with 39% of the guilds that are listed in this document, and only some of them are actually verified though. So this is still everything all up in arms. This might go up or down, this might change, especially since we don't know one thing, and that is regional servers. And what I mean by that is, in New World, for example, Amazon branded a few servers as like language-based servers. So for example, you had like 4 or 5 servers that were like English-German or German-English, and you had French-English servers, and I don't know if there were Spanish-English servers, but you get the idea. And I'm fairly certain if Amazon makes it official that, for example, server Trixion is going to be German-English, most German people are probably going to flock to Trixion, even if they were originally intended to go, for example, Kadan. Same goes for Polish, Romanian, or I don't really know what languages are all going to be supported, so they're still going to hop onto the Polish server if they want to speak Polish to other people. Just like French people, Spanish people, whatever other languages that are going to be present on our servers, if there's a regional server for those people, they will probably go to that. So take this with a grain of salt, make up your mind, try to find where most people want to go, and then just every other day or something check this list and see how this goes. I'm going to refresh this document. As of now, nothing has changed here. There's one other thing here. There's also a straw poll here. And here you can actually see that Trixion is the most picked server, and it's not Kadan. So it's really just, we don't have the full picture here. First of all, there's a lot of people that are not on the Discord that haven't watched these videos. We don't really know how any of this is going to work, so please don't panic. I personally can't tell you what server I'm going on because I haven't decided yet. And it's not something that I want to decide by myself because there's guilds involved, PvP folks involved, friends involved. So I gotta just, get all the information together. And once we have a better picture of what the server landscape is going to look like, I will definitely let you guys know what kind of server I'm going to be going on and how basically my decision has come up to place. Anyways, this is all for today. Like I said, a lot of news. I'm assuming we might get more news as well. I think the kicker here, though, is we have a pre-download. We have finally a day and a time, so this is going to be good. Everybody can prepare for that with however much they want to prepare. And that's it for today. I do appreciate everybody here, and I do hope this was giving you some insight, especially with the entire kind of like server thing. So keep your eyes peeled for that. I also stream every now and then. If you want to see me live on Twitch, feel free to do so, and check out the description in the links below. Outside of this, I do wish you a lovely day. Stay safe, and I'll see everybody next time. You want me to take you back, you want me to take you back, you want me to take you back, you want me to take